Batman and Robin is a 15-chapter film serial released by Columbia Pictures that made its debut in 1949. The serial's story revolves around a diamond-powered machine developed by one Professor Hamill that can remotely control any vehicle. Of course, this device is of great value to the mass criminal mastermind, the Wizard, and he has his gang steal the device. Batman and Robin are recruited to help stop the Wizard's diamond heists and return the machine to the proper authorities. Robert Lowry stars as Batman, and Johnny Duncan played his sidekick, Robin. Robin was first introduced in Detective Comics 38 in order to have a youthful character for the comic readers of the same age to identify with. Influences and inspirations behind Robin the Boy Wonder were Robin Hood and Sherlock Holmes' John Watson. Robin's black cape in this film is also reminiscent of Neil Adams' redesign in 1990. This would also mark the first filmed appearance of both Commissioner Gordon, who would be played by Lyle Talbot, who eagle-eyed viewers might remember as George Pierce in Vigilante, Fighting Hero of the West, and Vicky Vale, who would be portrayed by Jane Addams. Lyle Talbot would go on to play Lex Luthor in Superman vs. the Atom Man, which is kind of weird when you stop and think about it.
Gordon's not fooling me. He's trying to find out about my neutralizer.
Your what, sir?
Commissioner Gordon, who was introduced alongside Batman in Detective Comics 27, has the privilege of being Batman's longest-running supporting character. In the film, as in the comics, he would get in contact with Batman through the use of the famous Bat Signal. The Bat Signal was first introduced in 1942 in Detective Comics 60. This 1949 serial is the first time the Bat Signal was used in a film, although the Bat Signal, working during broad daylight, screams of an epic failure in logic. Vicky Vale's first appearance was in 1948 in Batman 49. Similar to her comics counterpart, Vicky Vale is a newspaper photographer who is friends with Bruce Wayne and likes to speculate that he and Batman are one and the same. According to Bob Kane's Batman and Me, a young Marilyn Monroe, or Norma Jean as she was then known, inspired the visual look for Vicky Vale's design, hence the red hair and the evening wear. While the Wizard has no real comic book counterpart, I can't help but think of the Mad Monk from Detective Comics, or even Darth Vader. From the black cloak to the villain's size and use of mechanical chest devices, these kinds of characters must have had an influence on the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Impressive. Most impressive.
Later in the serial, Batman would go undercover and disguise himself as a criminal gang member, Mac Lacey, which predates Batman's Matches Malone identity from the comics by 23 years. Matches Malone would first appear in Batman 242 and would continue to be his undercover identity to the present day, even going so far as to appear in Batman the Animated Series.
Matches Malone. I heard about a new mob. Thought I could make some more dough.
Matches Malone, huh? Never heard of you.
And while I made excuses for the 1943 Batman serial in regards to the Batmobile, this serial by 1949 really has no excuse for having Batman and Robin driving around in a 49 Mercury. It just proves that, whatever your particular feelings are about any given serial, the ones made by Republic actually had some money spent on them, while the Columbia serials were pretty much made on the cheap.
That hurt.